we bring you the best of news, current affairs, and sometimes very real human angle stories where you, of course, can comment to be part of the conversation and help us to make sense of it all. Well, we start off as usual with our big three stories, and then of course we move on to other matters arising. Because today's Thursday, we're going to Ghana. A terrible tragedy has hit the whole country of Ghana with that helicopter crash yesterday that has really broken a lot of people and brought the whole country to a standstill. I'm going to have a journalist join me from Accra, Ghana today to speak about that very tragic helicopter crash in the country. On the 5 o'clock hour, we're talking about Tinubu's watch. Yes, of course. What should Mr. President be prioritizing at the moment? Good governance or 2027? A member of the All Progressive Congress is going to be here to try to convince us as to why Mr. President should be what we prioritize come 2027. Welcome to Hard Facts. As usual, we start off the show just like this. Once again, welcome.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts
with Marian Okon
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome to the show. Let's go straight into the business of the day, which are the big three stories for today. Let's start with Taraba State. The Daily Trust newspaper here puts that headline as Taraba, 8 months without deputy governor. And for those who do not know, let me give you some background. Apparently, for close to a year now, Taraba State, one of the ethnically complex and poorest states in the northeast geopolitical zone of the country, has been without a deputy governor. The lingering absence of the Deputy Governor Alhaji Aminu Alkali on account of ill health has triggered debate on over his continued stay in office without being able to perform his duties as the second highest political office holder in the state. The Deputy Governor has not appeared in public for over 8 months after he took ill last year. He was first admitted to the National Hospital Abuja and later flown to Egypt where when his health condition worsened. Governor Kefas has been running the state without an active deputy governor whose duties include holding office of a governor if the governor proceeds on a vacation or is unable to perform his functions. Alhaji Aminu's prolonged absence on health grounds has raised questions on whether he is still capable of staying in office or should be removed. However, the State Executive Council, which has the constitutional mandate to make a pronouncement on whether he should remain or not, has been silent on this matter. Instead, Governor Kefas has posted Mr. Emmanuel Lawson, the Deputy Chief of Staff of his office, to oversee the office of the Deputy Governor. He did this in a letter dated July 1, 2027, signed by the Secretaries of the State Government. Mr. Lawson was told that the appointment was with immediate effect. But this has not necessarily sat well with the people in the state. And they're asking questions. Why not get someone else to sit there? But the governor is the one who needs the deputy. And if he doesn't need the deputy, should we be worried about that? And how important, really, is the office of the deputy governor? Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they're not. I mean, they're yes men, still vice presidents and all the deputies, But should Governor Kefas appoint a new deputy or not? How important, how necessary is it? Because it's raising a debate of sorts in Taraba State. What are your thoughts? Let's move away from that. In the Guardian newspaper, this is a concern that we will be speaking about on the 5 o'clock hour. Yes, and it says ADC APC chieftain warn Tinubu to shelve re-election and focus on governance. Yes, let me give you some background, okay? Well, the African Democratic Congress and former All Progressive Congress presidential hopeful has slammed Tinubu and his government of their early re-election campaign as illegal. They've called it illegal and tone deaf, accusing the ruling party of ignoring Nigerians' suffering while violating electoral laws and worsening the country's cries. In a statement issued yesterday by its National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi, the ADC said the choreographed endorsements from Abuja to Kanu only to mock Nigerians' suffering, but also contravene the provisions of the Electoral Act and recent warnings from the Independent National Electoral Commission, which prohibits campaign activity until 150 days before an election. They said, and I quote, while the ruling party chants 4 more years and sings songs of sinking mandate, inflation galloped beyond the reach of ordinary citizens, Abdullahi said, the Naira has collapsed, petrol prices have multiplied, kidnapping has morphed into an industry. This is a government distracted from its duties to govern. Yeah. What should be Mr. President's priority today? Yeah, I mean, we see the whole thing that's running across all the APC states. It seems like it's been impressed upon the governors to give a vote of confidence on the president and say, we're endorsing you for 2027. How about governance is the question. Should we align with the ADC? Do you feel the same way or do you feel differently? But what do you think should be our president, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's priority today? And finally, on the big 3 stories, let's take a look at what happened in the airport that's, causing this row. KWAM, whom I don't know who he is until I didn't really care who he was until now. I mean, I hear he's like an Afro Juju player, musician. I didn't know about it. Well, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has said that the popular Fuji musician, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, called KWAM, has violated aviation regulations by trying to take an alcoholic drink into a commercial airline and disrupting airline operations. The FAAN stance on Tuesday's incident appears to contradict that of another aviation regulator, NCAA, which punished the 2 pilots of the airline involved in the incident, but made no mention of KWAM1's role. This is where we're stuck. Even in the newsroom, we're talking about it. Why is this guy not being banned from flying, but then pilots who were flying the aircraft that he blocked on the runway are the ones who were fined? Whatever happened to airport authority security agencies that could have jacked him up and taken him away from the runway or the tarmac? But their different stance, however, may be based on their constitutional responsibilities. While FAAN manages all Nigeria's airports, of course, the NCAA serves as the main civil aviation regulator in the country. Now, in a statement yesterday, the FAAN said its preliminary, investigation of the incident that happened on Tuesday confirmed that the passenger was scheduled to board the morning flight to Lagos operated by ValueJet. Now, during boarding, the passenger attempted to carry an unidentified liquid substance on board the flight, despite repeated warnings from the aviation security personnel and flight captain. The aviation authority said the airline's effort to get KWAM1 to drop the alcoholic drink before boarding the flight to Lagos failed. As boarding continued, an airline security officer asked the passenger to step aside for further clarification. The passenger allegedly refused and spilled the contents of the flask on the officer, which turned out to be alcohol. The flight captain intervened but faced similar resistance, FAAN said in a statement by its spokesperson Obiagali Ora. KWAM1 is one of the most influential musicians and a personal friend to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Premium Times. I see what you did there. Let me play you a video. Let me just go to that video of KWAM1 at the airport, and I want you to be Watch the video clearly and tell me what you think. You be the judge. The phone lines are open. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Here's KWAM at the airport. Now, what's really interesting is that he's trying to make a call and blocking the plane from moving on the runway. Maybe he was trying to call the president. Who knows? Could he have been trying to call the president to tell them to let him go on a flight with alcohol because he's a friend of the president? Do you know who I am? Now that's him right in front of the aircraft, not letting the flight move. He literally just leans in front of the aircraft. And this is not a vehicle, so you can't mow him over. I mean, it's not right in any way, but he's delaying the people who are on the flight. And of course, obstructing services for several other people other than him. And the fact that he's being treated nicely beats me, because I'm sure if it were me and I'm very tiny, they would have just flung me off that runway. Anyway, let's start talking. 020127709993. Welcome to the Big Three on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Marianne Okun. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the big stories for today. Are we talking Taraba? Are we talking about the ADC telling Mr. President to focus on governance
More conversation
instead of 2027? We'll be right back.
You've tried calling in. You've sent messages, you have had opinion, concerns, brilliant ideas. There's so much you've wanted to say, but time always runs out. The lines are always busy, the show keeps going, and your voice eventually doesn't get heard. But now, that changes. Now you have a chance to speak your truth, to express your views, to raise your voice where it truly matters. Introducing Voice of the People on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is your platform, a space for real Nigerians to say what is on their minds. No interruptions, no time limits on the phone, and of course, you get to have your voice heard. Just you, your voice, your truth. Here's what to do. Record a short video of yourself, just 30 seconds or less, sharing your opinion on any given issue that concerns you. It could be about government, society, your community, fuel prices, insecurity, unemployment, healthcare, power, education, whatever you feel the need to be addressed. To record this video, make sure you are in a quiet place so we can hear you loud and clear. Then post your video on social media with the hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. That is hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. Let your voice be heard. Be bold, be honest, be real. Because on a Voice of the People, everyone is listening. Nigeria is listening, and your voice could be the one that could spark change. Voice of the People. Every voice counts. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwarinze.
0201-277-0993. That's for the gentlemen. The ladies, 0201-465-7190. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. On X, use the hashtag HardFacts, HARDFACTS, and send your messages to us on WhatsApp. It's 080-959-75805. You could join the conversation. Also, let us know if you are listening from the diaspora. You are actually allowed to call 080-959-75805. 60 seconds is all you have. And you know what they say, ladies first. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome on the show. Yeah, I will make you disappear. Do you remember that statement? Abracadabra. What's with this braggadocious display of touty and toggery? Honestly. If it were just somebody like me now, would they have not lifted me up and thrown me out of the way? Remember Oshomole's own then when he was at I think he was trying to disrupt people from flying now because he missed his flight and they didn't answer him or something.
Remember, that's recent, very recent.
Thank you. Miriam, when people display growth and lack of charisma, character, and ineptitude like this and go away with it, that is what you see at the end of the day. You understand? If only they've been held to account and held culpable for the shenanigans they put up in full public glare, then next time people will not do things and go away with it.
All right.
Even if it knows the vice president or the president or even the world president, and so what?
There is
it's inhumane. It should be sanctioned.
Thank you very much for calling. I tell you what, I could not be bothered who that man is. I didn't even know who he was, that he even existed. But hey, the world throws up all kinds of things. But most importantly, what gives you the temerity, the effrontery, the audacity, the balls to stand in front of a flight that's been paid for by people just like you, and you're just one tiny person, insignificant whatsoever, and you are stopping these people from getting to where they want to get to go about their businesses? And 2 flight pilots were sanctioned as opposed to this tiny guy. Please, FAAN and NCAA, make it make sense. All right, let's go. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hey, fine lady.
Yeah, so fine man. What's up?
Good man, yeah.
Go ahead.
I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm beautiful as well.
Thank you.
So, that man needs to be examined, though. I don't think he's okay. Like, I think many of them are drug addicts. You know, I think that
this man is a famous musician,
I don't
sir.
think any sane person would go in front of an airplane. Is he in his right senses? So even that water itself, they should examine that water if there was a way to see whether it was not drugged. Because some of these people put their...
Well, it was alcohol, sir. It was alcohol. It wasn't water. It was alcohol.
You know that yes, you know that there are some, how will I put it now? There are some drugs that they put into liquids. I don't know if you know. People do that. So you might go to maybe like a party. They'll put the drug in the liquids. You think it's just ordinary soft drinks. But they put that thing in there. They do that. So I think that man just needs to be examined. And what are you? Are we? Somebody has showed him a good example. Are we a bad example? So he's just following suit, and this is what we get when leaders do things like. Thank you.
Thank you, Gutman, for calling. I do appreciate it. We're still taking your thoughts and comments. 60 seconds is all you have. Please go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Miriam.
Hello, turn off your radio.
I want to
turn off your radio.
Second caller.
Hello. Turn off your radio.
My name is Ahigbe now.
Ahigbe, I'm going to cut you off. Turn off your radio.
Oh, my radio is off.
All right, turn it off and call me back. Come on, guys. I mean, your regular callers. Don't do that.
Hello, good afternoon, Mary Ann Amakam.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. How is your day today?
Yeah, starting off fine, I guess.
Yeah. It is just for me, ba.
Go ahead, George.
Do you know whom I am?
Do you know who my father is?
Do you know
my father? Let me leave it.
My father is the president of this country. So that is it. That is why they feel they have gotten the whole Nigeria in their hand. They do whatever they like. They don't want anybody to control them. That is indiscipline. Those two ladies, those pilots, so they have to, it's not their fault, though. It's not their fault. It's the fault of that man. They have to discipline that man. This is where DSS now and the police have to come. You have to arrest him. Thank you. Enjoy yourself.
All right. Thank you very much. Lagos, if you're just joining us, these are the big three stories for today. 8 months later, Taraba State is without a deputy governor. For what we know, he's been ill. And the last time we checked, he was flown to Egypt for treatment. But as we speak, I think the chief of staff is in charge of the deputy governor's office. But I'm asking, is there really a need for the governor to appoint another person or get a new deputy governor while his deputy governor is unable to carry out his functions and his duties as a deputy governor? How necessary is it? Should we be worried about it? Because again, with due respect to all deputies and vice presidents, etc., they're yes men. They're not necessarily the governor. They only really come alive when the governor's not around. So they, become the governor acting in a capacity. But they do have responsibilities. So are those responsibilities in any way, not failing is the word that I'm looking for. Are they lying fallow, for the want of a better way to describe it? So is it necessary to get a new person to to carry on his duties, or can the chief of staff just do it? Because don't forget, the chief of staff also has his own duties. Is it something that we should be debating? Because the people of Taraba are saying, no, we need answers. But also the ADC is taking on Mr. President and saying, you need to shelve this whole re-election plan and focus on governance, because that's what the people need. You're taking the people for a ride. I'm going to have an APC member join me on the 5 o'clock hour. Let's talk about Mr. President's 2 years in office and, why 2027 seems to be front and center. And, of course, a sprinkle of the coalition if they really do have concerns about the coalition. But as a Nigerian, what should be your president's priority right now? Might be different from mine anyway. And of course, the KWAM situation. This man who is a Fuji artist who seems to be the friend. I like how Premium Times put it. A friend of Mr. President who was blocking an aircraft from taking off and making calls. First, he violated rules by trying to take alcohol onto a commercial flight. It's not a private jet. If you were big enough, you should have been flying private like your friend, the president. But you're not. Important. And then you would not let this flight take off. But guess what? 2 pilots were sanctioned. And where is KWAM 1, please? I hope he's somewhere in a cell waiting. Or did he go home? I don't know. Let's talk Lagos. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Miriam.
Turn off your radio, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so I'm Madam Lucky. I'm calling from the Juleki.
Go ahead.
My comment this afternoon is about the early campaign by my own political party called the APC, because I'm a card carrying member there. You remember this year, Mary, I want to repeat it again. when the president said in his broadcast that inflation wale, when we were asking, and I told you that he cannot do it because by October this year, political activity will pick up and will not be able to do it. Is it not the distraction we are seeing now? Hello, Marianne.
I'm listening.
That is it. So let me tell you, the major pepper soup, which my party is now, is not even now the Jonathan coming on board. Because the calculation we have in the AP, in the president, on the president camp, because we are in the coalition, the president camp is this. The North already is expecting a minority vote from there because of the situation of the country. And he believes that the South will give him the block vote. But if Jonathan comes in, it means that the vote of the South will be divided into two. Then the North now will pull the other man in. So, you see, when the policy that he took is the one that is sinking the ship. So this early campaign is as a result of a panic mood.
Right.
So as it is now, if any APC member telling you that we win election, just be watching. It's a game of football. You will see the outcome very soon. Thank you very much.
I like politics. I think one of the reasons why I decided to be a political journalist was because, while I was working in government house, I saw lots of chess games. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Political rigmaroles and politricking. I'm very interested in it, but I don't want to be it, if you get my drift. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Lydia.
Yes, turn off your radio. I will not tell you to turn off your radio.
No offense now. I don't know say you carry my phone, be ringing. Oh, I'm sorry. Is the apology accepted?
Go ahead, please.
Lady, you see, all this is politician. I don't know. If somebody is a politician, a party member, you are not in this party, is loyal party member. So that's what I want to say about Gloria. Oh, me don't understand politician, bread and butter politician. If Jonathan will listen to me, it will remain where it is. Don't come out. If you come out, I'm telling you, because when you drop politics, they will remember you, your forefather, father, grandfather, how he worked, how he did it. So for me, Jonathan have made me the moment you accept defeat of that last election 2023, in fact, in 2015, we respected him, the world is respecting him. But if you come out today, I'm telling you, they will remind you what he left in that Europe. And finally,
all right. No, your time is up. Your time is up. I'm so sorry.
K1. We can talk about K1
no,
now.
Your time is up. We can't be waiting for you now. We have to take other calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. All right, call me back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, I'm Akigbe.
Okay, we go ahead.
Yeah, what is there that some people did not understand the Shomole and the aviation situation, that they delayed them for 3 hours. And when he was about to board the one they asked him
if I hear your radio again, I will ban you from calling the station. I promise you.
I'm not.
I can hear you echoing in the background. Why can't you just turn off the radio?
I've left the place. I've left the room.
Why does the radio have to be on while you speak? I just want to understand why.
We want to know whether you pick it up or not now.
But when I pick it, you will hear my voice.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. That Oshomole did not obstruct the aeroplane. Neither did he go and stay in the front of the aeroplane. He was protesting for the interest of the people after being delayed for 3 hours. They hand them over to another aeroplane or aviation aeroplane. So instead of them to usher them inside the aeroplane, they were asking for extra money of about 15,000 or 20,000. And one woman was crying with a baby.
Okay, I think that we all watched what happened with
so she paid for it. Oshomole paid for the woman. So Oshomole never obstructed the vehicle.
All right.
I mean the aeroplane.
All right, Ahigbe, thank you very much for calling. 1 minute 20 seconds. I thought you were going to make a case on all of the stories, but you wanted to make a case for Oshomole. Okay, lovely. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Marianne.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Ambrose.
Hi, Ambrose.
I want to talk about the deputy. Is it the governor of Taraba now?
The deputy governor, actually.
Yes, my name is Ambrose. You see, you asked a question. You said, is the deputy governor relevant? I say yes. It's just like you driving a car without a spare tire. That's how the deputy governor is. And the Constitution has created that room for a deputy governor. In case of any emergency, nobody is praying for anything evil.
But I'm talking generally. If anything happens now, there's already a lacuna. There's already a gap. You see, these politicians, they just behave as if they are God. Small God. They just behave anyhow. The constitution cannot checkmate them. They don't obey democracy. From the presidency to the governors to the chairman, they just do whatever they like. And at the end of the day, when we talk, the people talk according to the divided line. This thing is not the best. The deputy issue immediately within 1 week, he should have had a deputy governor. This one, nobody is going to force it.
But Ambrose, before I let you go, because you've exceeded your time, don't forget that sometimes the deputy governor is who adds to the vote that make the governor, just like the presidency. The vice president plays a role in getting him that vote. So can you just take him off like a jacket that you're tired of wearing because you know you need to move
what
on?
I'm saying. We are still on the same line. He should not have done that. Why should he do that? Because the deputy governor has a role to contribute to the mandate that he has today in Taraba.
Yeah, but he has not taken him off. He's only put the chief of staff there to act while he's away. But the people in the state are saying, look, this man is not well. Why don't you put somebody else?
They are behaving like emperors. Emperors. That's just the way they behave. Are you aware that in Bagege local government, as we speak now, the present chairman was not there when they were swearing him? It was the vice chairman that took the oath of office on behalf of the chairman. And he's the one that is acting as we are speaking now in Agege local government.
So where is the chairman?
Okay. The man was not okay. He's the speaker's son now that is the vice chairman that is now acting as the chairman.
Thank you for calling, Ambrose. Let me let you go. Thank you very much for calling. No, Lagos is a state of abracadabra. Take it or leave it. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Yes. Why are you calling the female line? Are you a woman, sir? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Marianne.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Gabriel calling from Lekki.
Go ahead, please.
Maria, you are doing a good job for Nigeria. God bless you for Nigeria.
God bless you too.
Marianne, I can take it to the bank. KWAM is allegedly watching Africa Magic at home right now. Take it to the bank.
Allegedly is the word.
That is the country that we are. That is the country. No consequence for any, no consequence, Maria, no consequence for ordinary Agberu. Now, KWAM. Well, Marianne, let me, for the deputy governor, Marianne, they should be important. I use my word, they should be important.
No, I don't think I said that they're not important.
I understand. I understand.
Is it important to get a new deputy governor now while this guy is still recuperating or undergoing treatment? That's what I asked. How important is it to replace him? That was my question.
I must give you straight answer. It's not important. You know why? Because even our governors, our so-called governors, they have made these deputy governors unimportant. Because you can never see any one of them. They are traveling or they are going handover. They are always afraid because when you have not done well, when you did well, will you be afraid? It's only when you have not done well that you'll be afraid to hand over.
Okay. All right, I have to let you go. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I want to read messages that are coming in. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. On Twitter, that's X, where Nigeria Info Lagos. Use the hashtag Hard Facts. I would like to read from you. Let me start with our YouTube live. Lanrewaju Larry here says, when a criminal is ruling in that in that contraption, these are the kinds of results like K1 that will emerge or that always emerge. Okay. Victor Adebayo, I do not expect you to post this kind of statement. Okay. It means that you are an animal if you post this kind of statement, because that's where animals live in the zoo. So do not do that, please. Samorizu says, humans and stubborn character. Yeah, the guy literally just stood in front of the plane and just leaned on it like compass. Now make I see. Solomon Language here says, Good afternoon, Solomon. Language watching live from Anagada. Where is that, Solomon? Is that in Nigeria? Please don't shame me. All right. On Facebook Live, and Anthony Chinonsoabua here says the deputy governor isn't the spare tire. He is the spare tire of the spare tire. How many times have you changed a tire while on the road in whatever journey you've been on? That analogy holds no water. Okay, he's saying that deputy governors are not important. Wow. Patrick Obiazo says Aston Villa gets many jets, so if there's a need to fly the Nigerian soul to Aston Villa to play the saxophone to relax Oga after the day's work. You mean David, not Saul, because Saul is the king. To relax Oga after the day's work, Keyamo's no-fly order will be carried out in his office. You guys. Napoleon Samuel here says, now, wow, because he knows Mr. President, that's why he's behaving like that. I don't know. Prince Uchenna on Facebook Live says he should be examined and be treated as an Agbero, just as he behaved, he says. A.B. Ambo says, when a kingmaker becomes king, don't be surprised if his chief praise singer starts seeing himself as someone elevated above the laws of the land. Yemi Bidun here says, everyone having ties to the leadership in this country have the audacity of I am above the law, and they think they are the law itself. Wow. Emeka Ilani here says, Senator Chomale disrupted air peace procedures some weeks ago and nothing happened. Nothing. I said nothing will happen to KWAM. In fact, the Minister of Aviation will soon pay an apology visit to him. This is Nigeria, he says. And Howie Olowoni here says, who's this guy? Exactly. That was my question when I first saw him. I was like, who's the guy? Because I don't know him. All right, so next, Jimmy Lomack here says, Jonathan making a comeback could be the hand of Tinubu. Patience made it clear that she'll never campaign alongside Remi Tinubu, or that she will campaign alongside Remi Tinubu. It's all a political game. Like I told you, it's a chess game. Joy Forever says, I want GJ to join the ring, Jerry. Ayinde Wasiu needs to learn etiquette. He was lucky not to have been injured yesterday. APC has nothing to campaign. Reason they began early. ADC is spot on. The deputy governor are nothing but spare tires. We don't have norms in Nigeria's democracy today. Wow. Okay. Let me go to WhatsApp now and read your messages. I still got time on my hands. Okay. This one's from you didn't give me a name. Okay. Nigeria is slowly getting there. First it was Ashomole, now it's KWAM. The next we'll hear is another friend of the president going into the cockpit to slap the pilot for not making a U-turn mid-air because he forgot his glasses at home. Those pilots made my day. Olariwaju here says, rather Binish here says, the pilots were suspended because they tried to fly while K1 was on the runway, putting lives of passengers on board in danger. And you forgot to add the NCAA banned K1 from flying for another 6 months. Lovely. Thank you. This one here says, who is this person? Please leave me alone. No? Bye. This one here says, it's not KWAM1's fault. The question we should ask is, how did he get there when he's not an official? I love this question because someone I follow on Twitter had put up a tweet, and I totally got carried away while I was talking. To remember to read it, I'm sure some of you know this guy. I'm going to read his tweet and then let you make of it what you want. And he asked a couple of questions. Dr. Joaba posted something and said, Dear FAAN, apart from the alleged actions of the pilots, which the NCAA is dealing with, there are various questions for you and the aviation security to answer. Why was KWAM1 allowed to pass through security screening with alleged alcohol liquid in the first place? Because even my water, I can't take it except I take off the cover. And you know that sometimes they have to smell it to be sure that it's water. When he allegedly refused to drop the liquid, why was he allowed to refuse? Number 3, having allegedly refused, why was he allowed to pass through the boarding gate in the first place? Having passed through the boarding gate, why was he allowed to set foot on the aircraft at all? I don't think he was allowed to enter the plane, was he? Having allegedly spilt the liquid on the aircraft personnel, why was he not immediately arrested? My question too. If having been removed from the aircraft, he allegedly moved to the front of the plane and refused to leave, why was he not immediately arrested or forcibly removed? These possible multiple failures by aviation security pose a great danger to security to passengers. I know, because anyone could pose as a famous person and be a terrorist. Someone could have carried a much more dangerous substance than alcohol in a similar manner. People cannot be allowed to refuse to obey security protocols, no matter who they are. And he ends by saying, I trust that you will address these issues as part of your investigations. Thank you. Make of that what you will. Let's keep taking your thoughts on WhatsApp here. This one says, this is Joseph from Ijede. In respect to KWAM 1 blocking the airline, I can tell you for free that nothing will come out of the matter. All the so-called bans are all a camouflage to deceive Nigerians. Okay. This one says, good afternoon, Marianne. I'm surprised you haven't heard of KWAM 1. I've not heard, dude. His actions are, I'm sure you wanted to say, inexcusable and should be called to question. But who dares to question the president's friend? Itamakan from Ikeja. Okay. Yomi from Maria Konla here says, on King Wasiu Ayinde, who lives in a glass house is expected not to throw stones. A star, a grandfather, a big icon in Fuji music. I do not expect him to do that. And for Taraba's deputy governor, many of them are figureheads. Once the chief of staff is playing that role, I think it's fine. The deputy governor has not resigned. He was sick. He's not the governor. Okay. This one here says, calm down, is your man. You are, I don't understand. Is your man, you are. Please, can you read your message again before you send it? Because I don't understand if it's pidgin or English you wrote. I can't make sense of it. All right, this one here is from Femi Nikorodu, and he says, I heard KWAM 1 was banned for 6 months and placed on no-fly list. He almost got himself yesterday. He should have been handcuffed and taken into custody if we were really serious. This do you know who I am syndrome will take us nowhere. Will not take us anywhere. Okay, thank you very much, Femi. You know that if this happened anywhere else in the world, he'd been cuffs, really. And it looks like they were even begging him. But I'm glad that, he's not going to be able to fly. If he wants to go anywhere, he should go by road or by water or fly private. But if he was on no fly list, it means he can't pass through airport security at all. I've got about 40 seconds. Let me see if I can read some messages before we go quickly. This one says, KWAM 1 behaved like the proverbial Nza bird that had its fill and challenged her chi to a wrestling duel. A display that is agborotic and a dose of what Nigerians are. I'm sure you want to say agborotic. A dose of what Nigerians are passing through under the APC. Intimidation. This is from Chika in Lekki. And this one says, the flight has been cleared for takeover over 25 minutes before this. There's no reason for him to be in front of an aircraft. Not to talk of one with closed doors. The only person allowed to be in front of that aircraft is the marshal. And it's from a safe distance. Olusoga, thank you for your message. We've got to go, Lagos. On the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to Ghana. But I think I have some minutes after this quick break.
We'll be back in a moment.
The stage is set. The champions are returning. And this time, it's
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.